Is herbal medicine just absolutely critical at this time and junction in the world that we're in? It's because our health is in a serious crisis. Everybody is out there buying supplements and taking all kinds of things that they think are going to help them be healthier. But at the root, of everything, there is this deep-seated illness because of all the chemicals and all of the toxins in our environment and in our world and in the nutrient depletion of our food. And herbal medicine is different than a supplement. A supplement may have come from an herb, but it's been processed, it's been dried, it's been chopped up, it's been capsuled, it's been bottled, it's been shipped, it's sat on a shelf. Its life has dissipated from it. And the longer it sits on that shelf, the longer it is dissipated. But herbal medicine is different than a supplement. Herbal medicine takes fresh herbs, like this beautiful plant right here. It smells good. It makes it into tea. And yes, we dry the herbs, but when you work with a local clinical herbalist, a lot of them are collecting those herbs themselves from nature and they're fresh. And in my clinical practice, I'm always harvesting herbs from my medicinal gardens and from nature and buying them from locally grown sources. And then they're captured in an alcohol extraction when we make a tincture. And the thing that is different about the alcohol extraction than a capsule is that the alcohol extracts out the medicinal properties of the plant. And the plant contains both water-soluble and alcohol-soluble constituents, which is called polar and non-polar constituents of a plant. And a well-trained herbalist knows the proper balance of alcohol to water ratio to make a plant. So if I have a plant that has mainly water soluble constituents, I'm going to use the lowest amount of alcohol in my tincture that's possible to make sure that I preserve that plant, which is approximately 27.5% alcohol. It's the base minimum that you need to make sure that your tincture is shelf stable. However, if I have a plant that I know has very, very few water soluble constituents and a lot of alcohol soluble constituents, I am going to use a high percentage alcohol extraction for that plant. And the thing that is important about these liquid extracts of the plant is we are really capturing the vitality of the plant and preserving it instead of chopping it up, exposing it to air where it's losing a lot of its volatile compounds. I am taking this plant from nature and I am making it into something that is easily and readily absorbable by the body. So the thing about the alcohol extracts is that when they are put into the mouth, they are absorbed by the mucous membranes very, very readily. When they go down into your digestive tract, that alcohol is readily absorbed by the body. Unlike a capsule, in which that capsule, the outer shell has to break down by the acids of the digestive system, then the metabolic processes of the body have to come into play. They have to break down all of the cellulose fibers that are in that plant, that are in that capsule, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And what are you really getting from that capsule? So the utilization of herbal medicine in its traditional form, where we're making teas and tinctures, has a lot of value over those bottled and processed supplements. And so not to discredit, supplements are great for certain, vitamins and minerals that we want to get in a high amount. So, somebody may be having a zinc deficiency in the body and supplementing with zinc, balancing that with a little bit of copper can be really, really important. And so those things are valuable in a clinical practice as well. But what makes herbal medicine even more vital in these times is that our health is in a complete crisis. People are taking a pill and expecting results from that. And there's a certain delusion to this idea that we can just take a pill and all of our problems are going to go away. And the thing about modern pharmaceutical medicine, modern pharmaceutical medicine is in the business of curing. It's not in the business of healing. And curing is different than healing. Curing is the erasure of symptoms. And so while that pharmaceutical pill you take may erase some of those symptoms, it is not healing the body because it is not addressing root causes. And often that pill has many, many, many side effects. And you should never take a pill that has more side effects than you have symptoms. If you have an issue and you're taking a pill for that issue, and then that pill creates another issue, and then you have to take another pill for that, and another pill for that. You have this crisis that we're seeing nowadays where people are on 10 to 15 different pharmaceuticals. And sometimes clients will come in and they will have a list of medicines that they're on, and some of those medicines that they're taking are contraindicated with the other medications. And you have to wonder if the doctor's cross-checking all of those. And then the complaints that they're coming in for, that they're struggling with, are the very side effects that that pill is taking, or that pill is making. And so, why is herbal medicine so vital in this day and age? It is vital because we have a healing crisis. We are not healing ourselves. We are curing ourselves. And if we want to get a little political about this, think about the FDA statement that is required on every urban supplement. Okay, take a look at this product is not intended to treat, cure, or diagnose any illness. Per FDA regulations, a natural supplement cannot treat or cure anything. So let's think about that. The pharmaceutical industry has captured the market on treating and curing. But what are treating and curing? Because treating and curing are not healing. Healing is something very, very different. Treating is addressing the symptoms. Curing is making the symptoms go away. And we have to think really philosophically about that. That's not healing. Healing is addressing the root causes of illness that has caused the body to go in a state of dis-ease. The body is out of harmony. And by addressing those root causes, we can help the person move towards wholeness and homeostasis. That is not something that a pharmaceutical can do. That is something that nature can do. For every illness out of there in this world, there is a natural healing modality for it. Now I'm gonna put a little caveat on that because some of the illnesses that we're dealing with are not natural. Some of the illnesses that people are dealing with are caused by pharmaceuticals or caused by toxins in the environment that are man-made. Can nature combat that? Not necessarily. Nature can help to support and strengthen the body, but if we are poisoning our body with man-made toxins, that's entirely different. But when it comes to illnesses and viruses and bacteria and that type of thing, nature is really wonderful at supporting the body in its natural healing modality. And there are a lot of chronic illnesses and diseases that herbal medicine absolutely can support. Now, herbal medicine isn't a panacea for everything. There has to be a blending between the two. But there are so many chronic illnesses and diseases out there in which herbal medicine absolutely 100% can do a better job than the pharmaceutical. And there is a lot of evidence to substantiate this. There are so many clinical trials on herbs in which they are paired up against the pharmaceutical, and the herb performs better than the pharmaceutical. But there are also a lot of clinical trials in which they paired herbs with a pharmaceutical, and the herbs made the pharmaceutical medicine work better. So this is not a singular path. This is a twofold path. Like everything in life is twofold. There is herbal medicine in which can come in and help to restore and heal the body. And there is also times when we need pharmaceuticals where herbal medicine maybe isn't strong enough, but those herbs can help to support. And if you've watched any of my podcasts or any of my other videos, you'll also know that that herbal medicine can play a role in conjunctive therapy. There's a lot of research to show that people who are going through conventional cancer treatments can have a better quality of life if herbal medicine is used to help support them during their cancer therapy and can actually make it more effective. So that's a time for a much longer video. In this video, I really want to convey this concept that herbal medicine is critical in this day and age that we are living in, and that we must start to return and turn back to nature if we are going to find healing.